Welcome back to our channel Novel Nuggets. Today we're diving deep into Onyx Storm, the explosive third installment in Rebecca Yarros' best-selling Empyrean series. Released on January 21st, 2025, this book has already sold over 2.7 million copies in its first week, making it the fastest-selling adult book in 2 decades. If you loved Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, prepare yourself. Onyx Storm takes everything to a whole new level. We're talking about forbidden romance, dragon battles, political intrigue, and some of the most heart-wrenching moments in the series so far. Quick spoiler warning. This video contains full spoilers for Onyx Storm, Fourth Wing, and Iron Flame. If you haven't read these books yet, consider this your warning. Today we'll break down every major chapter, explore character arcs, discuss key plot twists, and analyze what this means for the final 2 books in the series. Let's get started. Onyx Storm picks up immediately after the devastating events of Iron Flame. Violet Sorrengail is facing an impossible reality. Xaden Rearson, the love of her life, has become Venin, a dark wielder, after channeling forbidden magic to save her life. In the prologue, Violet secretly follows Xaden through underground tunnels to where Jack Barlow is imprisoned. She overhears Jack warning Xaden to stay away from her, as his venin powers could drain and kill Violet. But Violet refuses to give up on finding a cure. Her dragon Andarna reveals something crucial. When she changed colors during the battle, she was able to scorch the venin, something that should be impossible. This suggests Andarna's rare breed, the 7th dragon breed called Irids, might hold the key to defeating the venin. 2 weeks later, Basgiath War College is under siege. Storms rage constantly since Violet's mother, General Lilith Sorrengail, died. She was the one who controlled the weather with her storm-wielding abilities. Venin infiltrators dressed as scribes attack the college, attempting to free Jack Barlow. Xaden arrives in time to save Violet, but his eyes show dangerous signs of his transformation. The most shocking revelation, Xaden can sense other venin the same way they can sense him. He's been using this ability to hunt them down, but it's a constant reminder that he's becoming one of them. When tensions erupt between Navarre riders and Aretian flyers at Basgiath, Violet steps up in one of the book's most powerful moments. She summons lightning and addresses the entire courtyard, reminding everyone that they only survived the venin attack because they gained access to hidden knowledge. She calls for unity and alliance with the Griffin Flyers. Professor De Vera supports Violet's words, pointing out something significant. Violet and Xaden are the first Shadow Wielder and Lightning Wielder to exist simultaneously since the Great War, when their predecessors drove the venin back for hundreds of years. The Cenarium, the Continental Leadership, assigns Violet to lead a task force to find Andarna's kind, the 7th breed of dragons. But there's a catch. They want Captain Grady to lead, not Violet. She's also given just 3 days to fulfill her deal with Viscount Tecarus of Krovla. Violet makes a bold, treasonous move. She convinces Sawyer, whose signet is metallurgy, to alter the wardstones so that Griffin Flyers can wield magic alongside dragon riders. This single act saves the alliance with Poromil and keeps the Flyers at Basgiath. When charged with treason, Violet confesses, but the joke's on her accusers. The king had already signed pardons that morning, protecting her from punishment. Queen Mariah of Poromil is so impressed that she offers Violet access to her vast library. During a rescue mission to save Marin's family in the village of Newhall, Violet's squad encounters a powerful venin named Theophany. She has silver hair and purple robes, and shockingly, she wields lightning, Violet's own signet. This shouldn't be possible. Venin aren't supposed to have signets. Theophany reveals she knows about Andarna's breed, calling her an Irid. She offers to become Violet's teacher if she and Xaden choose to fully embrace their dark powers, promising them control and knowledge. She's clearly a maven, a high-ranking venin, and she's been watching Violet closely. Garrett Tavis mysteriously appears during the battle, having traveled thousands of miles in minutes. This reveals his 2nd signet. He's a distance wielder, also known as a walker. Violet and Imogen visit Jack Barlow in his cell, offering him a medallion of alloy to keep him alive in exchange for answers. Jack reveals critical information. New venin, called ASIMs or initiates, can't hide themselves, but sages and mavens can. Experienced wielders don't need to be taught to channel. It comes naturally. There is no cure for being venin because magic does not negotiate. Venin trade their autonomy for unfettered access to power. Perhaps most disturbing, Jack claims he doesn't want to be cured. He's become free from conscience and emotional attachment. To stay close to Violet and within the protective wards of Basgiath, Xaden accepts a teaching position for Signet sparring classes. However, this creates a new problem. The Academy's code forbids romantic relationships between professors and students. Colonel Ados, who despises both Violet and Xaden, denies their request for an exemption. They decide to continue their relationship in secret. Though physical intimacy remains dangerous, Xaden fears losing control and channeling from Violet. During training, Xaden reveals something crucial to Violet. She's the only person capable of killing him if he fully turns venin. He teaches her to track his shadows, preparing her for the worst-case scenario. Violet needs her father's unpublished research, which is locked in Colonel Ados's warded quarters. Only family members can enter, so she enlists Dane's help. He successfully retrieves a journal secured with a 6-letter lock. The password? Aimser, Violet's father's first love before her mother, who is also her mother's dragon. Inside, her father leaves instructions. Travel to Corden, then book passage to Deverelli, an isle kingdom beyond the continent. Find a merchant named Narelle Anselm with the rarest item she possesses. He warns her to beware the king of Deverelli. Xaden's jealousy flares when Prince Halden Tauri arrives, Violet's ex-boyfriend who cheated on her years ago. Halden brings a letter from Viscount Tecarus, offering a meeting with King Cortlin of Deverelli in exchange for retrieving the Emelian Citrine, a lesser magic amplifier. When Halden tries to touch Violet's hair, Xaden's shadows slam him against a wall. The message is clear: Violet belongs with Xade. Violet's squad travels to enemy territory to retrieve the Emelian Citrine. The mission goes horribly wrong. Aura Bindhaven accidentally kills Captain Grady with fire. The entire village catches fire. Aura is killed by a wyvern. They escape with a damaged citrine. Mira finds a note from Theophany, revealing the venin knew they were coming. Theophany continues to taunt Violet about seeking answers from her. Fed up with the Cenarium's interference, Violet makes a bold move. She rejects their appointed leaders and demands to choose her own quest squad. The stakes? If she fails, Xaden loses his title as Duke of Tyrandor. Her chosen team includes Lieutenant Xaden Rierson, Lieutenant Mira Sorengale, her sister, Cadet Redot Gamlin, Cadet Kat Cordella, Captain Drake Cordella, Cadet Dane Ados, Prince Halden, and his guard Anna Windshear. This squad flies to Corden and then crosses to the Deverelli Isles, where something extraordinary happens. Their magic fades. The dragons can no longer communicate with their riders, and wielders lose their signets. Only Violet retains her connection to Tairn and Ondarna. For the first time in months, Xaden relaxes. Without magic, there's nothing to tempt him to channel. He and Violet finally consummate their relationship fully, breaking furniture in the process. For a brief moment, they consider staying in Deverelli permanently, but Xaden refuses to let his dragon Scale suffer without magic. In Corden, Violet finds the merchant Narelle Anselm, who immediately recognizes her as Asher Sorengale's daughter. To earn her father's hidden research, Violet must answer 3 questions. The name of the first piece of her father's work. She already has it. Her theory on why the Krovlan rebellion failed. Krovla promised dragons to Deverelli, but couldn't deliver. Why she left Halden. King Cortlin of Deverelli holds Prince Halden hostage after discovering he tried to steal royal treasures. In a horrifying display of power, Cortlin feeds Halden's guard, Anna Windshear, to his 3 white panthers. He orders everyone killed except Tecarus. A battle erupts, and Xaden kills 12 guards using shadows powered by the alloy from Violet's broken conduit. Andarna arrives, grabbing one of Cortland's panthers, forcing the king to negotiate. Violet trades Andarna's dragon eggshell for Haldan's freedom and permission to search the Isles. Cortland hints that Violet might be more valuable than she realizes. At Umbriel, the Isle of Dun, goddess of war, Violet and her champions must defeat the best warriors to earn audience with Queen Marlis. Lightning strikes mysteriously during Violet's fight, even though magic shouldn't exist here. Queen Marlis refuses to ally unless given 12 dragon eggs, 2 of every breed. Violet declines this impossible demand. On Hedotus, the Isle of Wisdom, Violet's squad meets the triumvirate leaders. One of them, Ferris, is married to Talia, Xaden's mother, who abandoned him on his 10th birthday when he was just 10 years old. The triumvirate pressures Xaden to marry Cat Cordella for political alliance. Xaden refuses, declaring that Violet is the only thing he's ever chosen for himself. During dinner, the triumvirate tries to poison the squad with chocolate cake. Garrick collapses, but Violet identifies the poison and creates an antidote using her father's botanical research. She threatens to let the triumvirate die unless they agree to an alliance, cleverly using Andarna to hold Ferris's 2 young sons hostage. They secure the alliance and escape. On Zahilna, magic mysteriously returns. The residents have been expecting them, tipped off by King Cortland. They must play a game of cards where each card represents a gift from Zihinal, the god of luck. The gifts range from wine and tunics to kisses and kittens. But Trager, one of the flyers, draws the arrow card. He's instantly shot through the heart and killed. His griffin Silarain dies with him. Despite this tragedy, Eric successfully negotiates 40,000 troops from Zahilna for the war against the Venin. While burning Trager's body on a small volcanic island, Violet discovers 6 camouflage dragons with shimmering sky blue and gold scales. The Arids, Andarna's kind, the 7th breed of feather-tailed dragons. The Arids are peaceful beings who don't bond with humans. They accuse Violet of failing Andarna by using her power as a weapon of warfare. Andarna was the Criterion, purposefully left behind to test whether humans would stop weaponizing magic. Humanity failed that. When the Arids see Xaden's amber eyes revealing his venin state, they call him an abomination and refuse to help. Only one Arid, named Leothan, shows any sympathy. Riddock witnesses Xaden's eyes turning red and realizes he's becoming venin. Violet must explain everything, making Riddock promise to keep the secret. He agrees only if she tells Rhiannon, Sawyer, and Jacinia, and sets a boundary. If Xaden ever hurts Violet, Riddock will expose him. The harsh reality: there is no cure for being venin. Each time a venin channels, they lose a piece of their soul. It can never be recovered. Upon returning to Basgiath, devastating news arrives. Suniva, a major Poramish city, has fallen to the venin. Queen Maria is dead. Viscount Takaris, who orchestrated her death, now claims the throne as king. The venin flew in storm clouds, led by Theophany wielding lightning like a maven. They stole 6 crates of alloy-hilted daggers, suggesting there are traitors within the Alliance, feeding information to the enemy. Violet discovers her second signet, Dreamwalking. She's an intrinsic wielder like Xaden, but more powerful. She can enter people's dreams and manipulate them. Xaden can only read thoughts while people are awake. This ability is incredibly rare and dangerous. Violet has been unknowingly entering the sage's dreams and Xaden's nightmares. She even accidentally entered Marin's worst nightmare about her family dying. 2 Wyvern breach the wards at Arisha. The magical protections are failing. Felix warns they have perhaps 6 months at most before total collapse. Another shocking development: Cadet Lynx manifests shadow-wielding abilities, becoming the balance to Xaden. Nature is providing a replacement because Xaden is no longer fully himself. Xaden resigns as professor and returns to Tyrrendor to lead his people. During a massive venin attack on Aricia, the Irid dragons arrive led by Leothin, who powers up the wardstones. However, Leothin tells Andarna she must return with the Irids to complete her development properly. In one of the most heartbreaking moments of the series, Andarna breaks her bond with Violet and leaves. Violet is devastated, having lost both her second dragon and half her magical connection. Mira and Brennan discover pages missing from their mother's journal, a period when she left Violet with their grandmother Nyara. Mira believes their parents tried to dedicate Violet to Dun, the goddess of war, during that time. The high priestess they met at Umbriel recognized Violet, saying it was good her dedication wasn't complete. The priestess predicted Violet might turn to darkness, referencing her potential to become venin. Theophany demands that Bodhi and Violet come to Drathus or she'll kill her. Using a dragon scale, they realize Theophany has captured Mira's dragon teen. Violet's squad launches a rescue mission. They find Mira held hostage with knives to her throat. Theophany slits Mira's throat, but Brennan arrives with Dane and Sloane, managing to save Mira's life by transferring Dane's power through Sloane's rare signet. Theophany returns to fight Violet personally. Violet realizes Theophany isn't just a lightning wielder. She's a storm wielder, like Violet's mother was. She's a maven and a former high priestess of Dun who turned venin. During the battle, Violet's conduit shatters. She and Tarn are caught in a net and plummet toward the ground. Violet breaks her arm in the fall. Eric's package arrives, containing a marble dagger from the Temple of Dun. Eric's signet is precognition. He foresaw Violet would need this specific weapon. Using the darkness of Xaden's shadows and the marble dagger, which doesn't conduct magic, Violet strikes a killing blow. Andarna returns at the crucial moment, distracting Theophany long enough for Violet to stab her through the heart. The marble dagger kills Theophany because she was once a priestess of Dun, and the goddess is wrathful toward those who betray her. In a shocking twist, Commandant Panchek is revealed to be venin. He's been the traitor all along, leaking information from within Baskiev to the enemy. Xaden confronts Panchek and his sage venin master Berwyn. Worse yet, Berwyn has turned someone close to Xaden, either Bodhi or Garrick, into venin as well. When Berwyn threatens to kill Scale, Xaden makes an impossible choice. He fully channels dark magic to save his dragon and kill the attacking wyvern across the entire city. He becomes a full venin in the process, no longer just an initiate. His eyes show red veins, marking his complete transformation. But Xaden clings to his love for Violet, using it as an anchor. He kills venin guards and knocks Berwyn and Panchek unconscious with his shadow powers. The wards are finally completed, but they extend only as far as Drathus, not covering all of Tyrrendor. Violet wakes in Ryerson House with no memory of the past 12 hours. An officer informs Brennan that 4 riders, their dragons, 3 elders, and 6 dragon eggs from the hatching ground have been killed or gone missing. Xaden is presumed responsible for the deaths and thefts. Violet discovers an emerald ring on her finger. She's married to Xaden, but she doesn't remember the ceremony. The marriage was performed by the head priestess of Dun's temple, making it legally binding. Imogen reveals she used her memory-wiping signet at Violet's own request. Violet asked to forget something so painful that she couldn't bear to remember it. Xaden left a note, "Don't look for me. It's yours now." The implication is clear. Violet is now the Duchess of Tyrrendor in Xaden's absence. He's left to protect her from himself, knowing he's become too dangerous as a full venin. The book ends with Violet alone, married but abandoned, ruling a province while the man she loves has disappeared into darkness. The series has 2 more books to go, and Rebecca Yarros has set up incredible tension. Will Violet find a way to save Xaden, despite there being no known cure? Who was turned venin and stole the dragon eggs? Can the Alliance hold against both external venin threats and internal political conflicts? One thing is certain. Onyx Storm delivers on every promise, raising the stakes to devastating new heights while deepening character relationships and expanding the world in meaningful ways. Onyx Storm is a masterclass in romantic fantasy storytelling. Rebecca Yarros balances epic battles, political intrigue, forbidden romance, and genuine character development. While some readers found the pacing slower in the middle sections, exploring the Isles, the payoff in the final act is absolutely worth it. The ending will leave you desperate for Book 4, but also satisfied that every subplot and character arc moved forward meaningfully. If you haven't read Onyx Storm yet, I have provided the link to buy the book in the description and pinned comment. If you have, drop your theories in the comments below. What do you think Violet forgot? Who turned Venin, Bodhi, or Garrick? And will Xaden be saved, or is he lost forever? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more book summaries and analyses. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep reading.